After being diagnosed with advanced lung cancer, I bought a plot in Grandview Hill Cemetery. They say feng shui. There are good. I hope in my next life, I won't be a biological son. My family found me after I went missing. I won't have my parents, my sisters. My whole family was stolen by the adopted son. I hope for the afterlife someone might really love me. I deleted all my social media accounts, burned everything I owned, erase all traces of my existence in this world. I only keep my messenger account active. I need to notify someone to pick up my body. Then I lit the charcoal in the room, waiting to die quietly, but then the cemetery called. Mr. Thompson, sorry, we made a mistake. Your plot of land was actually sold to another lady just before you. Do you mind choosing another location? A surge of anger came over me. Everything in my life has been taken away. Now I'm dying. Even my grave will be taken away. I want to scream, curse them, but I suppressed my anger. I signed the contract and paid the money this afternoon. You said that the land is available. That's right. The cemetery staff's voice was full of apology. You are in charge of the paperwork in our suburban office. And Ms. Evans purchased a plot of land near our downtown office. She signed, almost signed at the same time as you do. To our negligence, information is not synchronized between the two offices. The contract was not uploaded immediately. I cut them off. That's your problem. You already understand. I can't switch now. Everything in my life has been taken away from me near death. I will never let my grave be robbed. Can't I at least die? Buried in a place of my own choosing. There was silence on the other end of the phone. When the sound came back, it became a different sound, soft and pleasant female voice. Mr. Thompson, I will make it up to you. No matter the price. Charcoal is burning. The air in the room has become heavy. I feel dizzy. A feeling of hypoxia came. I don't have the energy to continue arguing. To me, money is nothing. Because I need it urgently. The female voice sounded again, a little plea. There are many other graves available in the cemetery, but I really hope to have this specific. Can you give it to me? I beg you. My head is in a mess. I interrupted her. Evans's plot for you personally. Yes, I was a little surprised. Do you need it urgently? She hesitated, then replied very urgently. I might need it in a few days. I looked at the red light in the charcoal basin. I shook my head to sober myself up, then said slowly, I don't think you need it as badly as I do. My charcoal has been burning for 5 minutes. I might need it in about 10 minutes. So even if I want to give you a plot, I'm worried I don't have time. The phone fell silent again. I hung up the phone. Even on the verge of death, a sense of crisis surges in my heart. I don't want my final resting place taken away, which means I have to find a way to be buried as soon as possible. Someone has to claim my body. So I open Messenger, find the family group chat, and send a message. Sorry to bother you all, but I'm dying of charcoal poisoning. I'll be gone in about 5 to 10 minutes. Can anyone help arrange this? Hopefully soon. I have reserved a plot at Grandview Hills Cemetery, Area B, Row 4, Plot 33O. When you come back and open the door, make sure the room is ventilated. I don't want to poison other people. I didn't mention lung cancer. There are so many reasons to commit suicide. Cancer is just the last straw, but unfortunately no one responded. Even when I type this is useless. My messenger account feels like a ghost account, like I'm dying before I die. I will delete this messenger account. Then all traces of me in this world will be erased. No one will remember me. Time passes by second. Seconds passed by, but the group chat remained silent. My heart slowly sank. Lack of oxygen makes me more and more sleepy. The phone rang again, shocked me. The cemetery again. I rejected the call without a second thought. Grit your teeth. I took a picture of the charcoal brazier in my bedroom and sent it to the group chat. No time left. I could die at any time. This is urgent now. Someone wants to take over my grave. I don't want to lose it when I die. So please consider this my last request. Finally waited for the reply online. A reply appeared in the message group. This is from my second sister, Bella, who works out of state. She responded with an okay gesture emoji. Still nothing to say? Okay, but I still express my gratitude. Thank you. I don't have much time. I logged out of Messenger preparing to delete your account, but then a message came from the group chat, like the last wave of activity before the account. 2 deaths. Oliver Thompson. It's my fault, bro. I shouldn't have forced this trip. See. Visit the monument. I'll talk to my mom. Dad and Mia will be back soon. We should be able to take a flight tomorrow. Mia Thompson by Oliver Thompson. We won't go back tomorrow. We just visited the monument today. We also have the Smithsonian Museum, maybe a game. We will stay for 5 days. He's just having a temper tantrum. Because we didn't bring him on this trip, he should reflect on why we didn't take him with us. Would he have died if he hadn't been so dramatic? My chest tightened. That kind of suffocation, you even feel like you're dying. When you gasp, I couldn't help but smile bitterly. And Mia Thompson, you're right. I'm too dramatic. So I should die when I was 3 years old. My parents lost me unexpectedly. Many years later, after searching in vain, they adopted a boy from their hometown. They named him Oliver Thompson. 3 years later, when I was found and brought home, Oliver has replaced Ethan, becoming the most beloved child in the family. And I'm lost, forced by gangs to become street children, begging for 7 years. When I came back, I was devastated. Lack of proper upbringing. I don't fit in this family. Like an extra, unnecessary part. My parents and sisters, I have mixed feelings, guilt, and distance. Oliver gets along well with them, like a real family with me, but they are polite. Too polite. I feel like an outsider, even though I am their biological son. Their biological brothers try to get along with your family like Oliver does. I humbled myself for 10 years. I really want to be part of this family. I want their love, but no matter what I do, they always prefer Oliver. Since childhood, Oliver noticed the attitude of his family towards me, so he would say bad things about me, subtly framed me. With his innocent voice, manipulative comments, he convinced his family that I was the one. Used dirty tricks to fight for their affection. I used my status as a biological son to bully him. This makes everyone hate me even more. I used to hate Oliver. I thought he was the one who created a barrier between him and me. With my family, I didn't understand until I grew up. The real problem is with family. Oliver keeps using those clumsy smear tactics since he was 7 or 8 years old. How could their family not see through them? 3 days ago, I coughed up blood, difficulty breathing, and fever. I begged them to take me to the hospital. Instead, they accused me of seeking sympathy, trying to win their favor. Then Oliver, he said pitifully that he had never been to Washington, D.C. The next thing I knew was they took Oliver. See, to fulfill his wish, they called me. Wouldn't it be exciting for you to pretend like this? You're just trying to use our guilt to make us dance to your rhythm. Push Oliver away. We won't be fooled by your performance. Not now, not ever. Yes, I faked it, even fake cancer, fake death. No need to talk from this moment on. You don't have to be fooled by my performance anymore. I won't bully your baby boy. Never see your dear brother again. Whatever, I'm willing to give up my life, my family. I don't want it anymore. Mom finally spoke in the group chat. Ethan, why are you doing this? You're becoming increasingly out of touch. Oliver just wanted to visit DC. It seems he did nothing wrong. If you really feel unwell waiting for Mom to come back home, I will be back alone tomorrow. Take you to the hospital. Dad immediately rejected it. Mom, Diane, ignore him. What to do if you feel unwell? He's just lying. This is outrageous. Now he's even playing the suicide card. Does he have to destroy a very happy family trip? Bella Thompson, you don't need to pay attention to him. Don't go home. Take care of your own work. Let him live or die. Who cares about Bella Thompson? Dad? Then I won't come back. Dad seemed to hesitate, but finally sent it. Sometimes I wish we never found Ethan 10 years ago. A sharp pain shot through my chest. Maybe it's because of suffocation. Maybe the smoke choked me. It turns out that dying from charcoal poisoning is so painful. I keep coughing. Tears stream down my face. The call of the cemetery sounded again stubbornly. After a moment's hesitation, I answered. The pleasant female voice. Sounds very urgent, Mr. Thompson. You can. I interrupted her. You want a cemetery, correct? I can let you have it, but can you do me a favor? Come take my body. I don't want drama fees. Just find a grave for me. I blurted out. I'm worried that I might stop breathing at any moment, because my family doesn't plan to claim my body. I can only entrust this matter to a complete stranger. As for the plot of land I dreamed of, I've lost my whole life, always on the losing side. Why are you so stubborn now? Deathbed bargaining. Traded a chance to find someone to handle my funeral. It sounds really good. Pleasant. The woman's voice suddenly became excited and firm. You can't die yet. Why not? Because only after the transfer, the land will belong to me. If you die now, I won't get it. She speaks very quickly. Then if you die now, I will never help you deal with your body. Is this why my head is dizzy? The feeling of suffocation is getting stronger. I just feel like my life is really sad. I can't even find anyone to collect my body. Bury me when I die. The voice on the other end became more urgent. Mr. Thompson. Ethan Thompson, you can't die. But I gradually lost consciousness. My eyes slowly closed. A strange regret flashed through my mind. I am scared. I don't have time to delete my Messenger account. I really don't want it to be left alone in this world, this life. I've had enough of loneliness. The last moment, before I lost consciousness, like someone knocked hard on my front door. I don't know how long it took, but I opened my eyes groggily again. The young woman's screams echoed in my ears. He woke up, and I opened my eyes. I seemed to be in the emergency room. The first thing I saw was an extremely beautiful face, calm and composed, yet full of urgency. I recognized her voice. You are Ms. Emily Evans. She publicly stated her name. A cemetery worker in uniform soon introduced her. When Ms. Evans heard you use charcoal, she immediately called call 911 using the address you provided. She also called an ambulance during that time. She's trying to get you to keep calling. Stabilize you. Fortunately, everything happened in time. I looked at Emily in surprise. She has a temperament, subtle indifference, keeps people at a distance. She doesn't look like an overzealous person. The words of thanks are on my lips, but when I speak, they change. What a coincidence. Think we all reserved a cemetery plot, and exactly the same. My words seemed to catch her off guard. She actually smiled. I have to admit her smile is lovely. Yes, so you won't die. You have to transfer the land to me first. I noticed she seldom joked. So her smile is a little strange. Her words are a bit clumsy. I struggled to sit up. I unplugged the monitoring device from my body. You can't do that. You are still receiving treatment. Doctors say you have severe carbon monoxide poisoning, Emily exclaimed. I shook my head. I do feel really sick. I feel dizzy. My body is very weak, and my consciousness is still a little blurred. But for a person whose heart is dead, people who are determined to die, there is no need to waste public medical resources. I just went out for some fresh air. As for you, please prepare the land transfer agreement as soon as possible so I can sign it. I walked out of the emergency room in a daze. My mind is racing. Emily saved me this time. How should I commit suicide next? Just then I heard a familiar voice. Ethan. I turned around and was surprised to see my third sister, Grace Thompson. Grace is still looking at her phone. It seems that on the faces of the family group chat when she approached, her tone was cold. With condemnation. Ethan, you went too far this time. Is this all happening in a hospital? Just for me to see? She looked me up and down with a cold expression. I'm really disappointed in you. I have 4 sisters. Sister Charlotte managing a family business. Bella 2 is an actress. Grace 3 is a doctor. The 4th one is Mia. She is a graduate student. Mia and Oliver are the closest and can't stand me the most. Grace has always been the coldest to me, almost to the point of ignoring my existence, so I don't care too much about Grace's disappointment. I was stunned. This woman looks cool and intelligent. She speaks so impulsively. The doctor wants to reconnect the monitoring device and resume emergency treatment. I rejected Emily. After regaining his composure, he said calmly, if you die now, the contract cannot be signed. I won't deal with your arrangements. I finally understood. Why do you entrust your affairs to me? Because you have no one else to turn to. I have to admit, she kept me there. I smiled bitterly. Okay, let's sign the transfer contract now. It would be best if we could sign a contract, take care of my funeral arrangements at the same time. Her expression changed. I quickly explained that you had already seen them. My family is like this. If I don't sign the contract, I'm worried that it will cause you trouble in the future. After all, I did attempt suicide. At this time, the doctor next to him suddenly said, young people even suffer from advanced lung cancer. There is still a chance of recovery. Even palliative care can buy you a few extra years. There's no need to commit suicide, right? I smiled bitterly and shook my head. He won't understand. The doctor tried to convince me further. But surprisingly, Emily stopped him. Doctor, please don't try to convince him. Your way of persuasion doesn't work. Doctors are puzzled. I actually totally understand how Ethan feels. This makes me a little curious, by the way. Emily, why do you want that particular plot? Looks like you'll need it soon. A few days later, Emily smiled bitterly. But she didn't explain. I suddenly realized that I might have touched a sensitive nerve. Maybe she and I are friends in misfortune. I changed the subject. Let's sign the contract first. Where is it? Emily was silent for a moment. Her eyes were complicated and flickering. She finally spoke. Maybe we can share the plot. You take half, and I take half. I shocked my brain. It was a bit blurry before, but now it's completely clear. A lifetime of sleeping together, buried together. As the saying goes, this is a privilege for married couples. Emily, what do you mean? My tongue feels clumsy. Emily smiled, and it felt like a spring breeze. Didn't you just say that? We were destined to reserve our plot at the same time, and the same, because fate brought us together. Why not bury them together? We will have companions after death. As for me, I'll probably die a few days after you do, so I will take care of your arrangements. Think about how I can repay you. Share half of your land. How do you say? She put her cute face close to mine. Her eyes are as clear as water. I admit that I was tempted by her proposal, but my hesitation made Emily misunderstand. She stepped back slightly. Sorry to say, my idea is a bit unconventional. Maybe we should forget about it. I stopped her immediately. No, I think it's a good idea. That's settled. Now my final arrangements have been finalized. I started thinking of new ways to end my life. I tried charcoal poisoning once and failed. It left a bad impression on me. I don't like this approach now. I still want to leave with dignity. Don't die too miserably. Don't leave behind a mutilated corpse. As I lay in bed, hesitating, Emily's voice came softly. Thinking about how to die. How do you know? I asked reflexively. Emily smiled bitterly. Didn't you just ask me why I wanted this plot? Why I might die in a few days? I'm really curious. So, She began to tell her story. Only then did I know I wasn't the only one who suffered loneliness in this world. Emily's parents divorced when she was very young. Her mother remarried, bringing Emily and her sister with her. Her stepfather, whose second marriage also gave him a son, and his family did not treat Emily or her sister and mother well in the new family. Emily had experienced a lot of hardships since she was a child. Fortunately, she also had a mother and a sister in her childhood. But fate seems to like to torture those who have suffered. When Emily was 10, her mother died. Her stepfather kicked the two sisters out of the house. Since then, Emily only had her sister. Just a month ago, her sister, who had worked tirelessly to raise her, died in a car accident. After my sister passed away, it feels like my whole world is falling apart. She is buried in Grandview Hills Cemetery, right next to the plot we chose. The doctor told me I was suffering from severe depression. I always think about death. Yesterday, I finally made up my mind. I want to find my sister, always with her. I've been dealing with my affairs these days. I have also researched many painless methods of death. As she spoke, her voice softened. I suddenly felt a tightness in my chest, a strong feeling of suffocation, comparable to when I tried to commit suicide. I didn't know how to comfort her. I gritted my teeth. You can actually take medication for depression. There's a chance of recovery. Don't you want to try medication? She looked at me firmly and retorted, lung cancer also has a certain chance of being cured. Even if there is no cure, you can live longer. Why don't you seek treatment? Still unwilling to give up, I continued to try to convince her. Do you have other relatives? Your biological father, your grandfather? I have no one. She shook her head in frustration. They have ignored me for years. I stopped considering them family a long time ago. She suddenly looked at me seriously, frowning slightly. Are you trying to persuade me not to commit suicide? You're about to commit suicide yourself. What qualifications do you have to convince me? I was shocked. There was no malice in her words. I could understand. Then it clicked. If a person completely loses hope in life, life becomes a pain, just like me. Forcing me to live is actually a painful torture. So why should I try to persuade Emily not to die? So I laughed. I'm not trying to convince you. Actually, this is good. Even though my life is lonely, I won't be alone when I die. Then it's solved. We will be buried together. Once a word is spoken, it cannot be taken back. She hesitated. After a moment, he nodded gently. Once a word is spoken, it cannot be taken back. My body hadn't fully recovered yet, but I insisted on being discharged from the hospital. After consulting with the doctor in detail that night, Emily agreed to let me go. She seemed to have caught me, and I couldn't get rid of her. When I asked, she simply replied, "You could commit suicide at any time. We reached an agreement. I have to take care of your body." So I had to let her. She also insisted that I add her on Messenger. She said if I impulsively decided to commit suicide, at least I could contact her in advance. I tried to explain, I'm about to delete my Messenger account. I don't want to use it anymore because I don't want it to exist alone after I die in this world. After a moment's thought, she said calmly and confidently, "No need to delete. Not alone, because my Messenger account will be there. Before you die, you can delete or block all other contacts. Just leave mine. Then maybe we can even continue using it there. This seems to make some sense. At least I can't refute it. I have one more friend in my Messenger friends list." I pinned her on top. Outside the hospital, standing at the main entrance, I suddenly realized I had nowhere to go. It suddenly occurred to me, let's go see what our new home is like. Emily paused for a moment, then nodded in agreement. I can. I would also like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to my sister. I think I will never have the chance to visit her grave after this. Her voice got lower and lower as she spoke, finally with a hint of bitterness. I really regret my rash suggestion. What surprised me was Emily owns a luxury car. When she invited me in, she explained that the car was left to her by her sister. She is a successful anchor, making a lot of money. She has some big-name sponsors supporting her. She even bought a villa last year. Sorry. I nodded seriously. We drove in silence, arriving at Grandview Hills Cemetery. She found her sister's grave. I also found a new home with Emily. Kneeling at my sister's grave, Emily took off her strong mask and cried bitterly. I don't know how to comfort her, so I can only stand there silently, accompanying her. Emily cried for a long time. Her loud sobs gradually calmed down to soft whimpers. She finally remembered me. She introduced me to her sister promptly and solemnly. "Sis, this is our new neighbor Ethan. He will be with us from now on." She even asked me to say hello to her sister. I don't know what to say, But I feel, if her sister knew where she was, she might not want Emily to join her. As the night deepened, Emily was still with her sister, telling her heart. I realized she was depressed. It's more serious than I thought. No wonder she wanted to commit suicide after my sister passed away. Suddenly my messenger rang. This is a video call request from Mia, my fourth sister. So as not to disturb Emily, I walked to the other side of the cemetery. When I took the video call, my whole family's faces appeared on the screen. Mom and Dad, Charlotte, Mia, and Oliver. They stood at the gate of their big house. Looks like they just got out of Charlotte's car. Ethan, are you crazy? Mia panned to the front door of the house. Then he pointed at it and shouted angrily. You even broke down the gate to play this role. What the thief got? Oliver is worried about you. He asked us to rush back from DC Charlotte overnight. She is special. Put down your work and pick us up at the airport. Take us home. Where are you? Die somewhere again. Mom also sighed. Ethan, stop this farce. There's a limit to your antics. Go home. Dad scolded Mom off screen. You shouldn't be so polite to him. I don't care if he dies out there. Just pretend I never had this son. Lies. His whole life is a lie. Would he die if he didn't lie? I turned on my phone camera, showing the surrounding cemeteries. I am my new home. I won't come back. Suddenly, the desire for death came over me, stronger than ever. I looked around. I stand on the edge of Cemetery Hill. There is a lake at the foot of the mountain. Built on the mountain, overlooking the water, wide view and beautiful scenery. Above me is thick low branches. This is actually a very good place to commit suicide. Great for hanging. It's close to my new home after I die. Although I don't like the way it hangs, it feels most appropriate at this particular moment. So I unbuckled my belt, ready to end my life. The video contained the sound of tires screeching. It was my third sister Grace rushing home. Mom, Dad, I just asked my colleague, Ethan, at the hospital. He nearly died from carbon monoxide poisoning. And he does have lung cancer. When I walked into her neighborhood just now, the security guard told me our front door was defeated by police and medical staff. Grace's words made my eldest sister Charlotte frown. She quickly walked into the house and came to my room. My bedroom door has been forced open. There is a large charcoal basin in the corner of the room. Every crack in the room, the door frame is sealed. Grace followed behind her, looking pale. He really wanted to commit suicide. Charlotte's face turned pale. She took Mia's phone. Ethan, stop playing games. Come back now. I'll drive over to pick you up. Drive over to pick me up? I tightened my belt and tied a slip knot. I found some stones, adjusted the phone so they could see, facing my parents and sisters. Pick me up and take me back to what? So I can continue to be an outsider, watching you all pamper Oliver. Mia yelled off screen, her voice still thick with resentment. Even if we treat you as an outsider, we have been very good to you in the past 10 years. If you don't get in trouble, trying to attract attention, we were very polite to you before. Why are you trying to drive Oliver away? Even if he's not your brother, we have always considered him our brother. Really good, I said. When Oliver had a nightmare, several sisters gathered together to comfort him. And me? Died of lung cancer. Attempted suicide with charcoal. I can't even find anyone to take my body. Who are they? My own father? My own mother? My own sister? I pointed the video at the tree, my voice calm. Stop trying to convince me. I really won't be back. Don't bother looking for me. I've made arrangements. From now on, someone will take care of my body. You don't have to trouble yourself. Anything about me. You all can go. Love your adopted son again. And, just to correct you, I never thought about competing for your love. I just want what's mine, normal love. Unfortunately, for 10 years, none of you can give me this. I stepped on the stone, tucked my neck into the belt loop. Okay, the height is just right for suicide. That's when I saw Emily. The cold moonlight shone on her, lighting up her beautiful face. Makes her look even more indifferent. She strode forward, facing the phone. She scolded loudly in a voice full of emotion. What does it mean to kick out the adopted child? From an outsider's perspective, I just saw you put Ethan in a desperate situation. I finally understood it completely. You adopted a son, a brother. You treat him like your own family. But your actual relatives, for 10 years you have treated him as an outsider. Okay, no need to make excuses. This is partiality, pure partiality. You'd better express your partiality more clearly. There's no need to be so dramatic. Hypocritical cover-up. Rubbish. You all are garbage. Crushing. After Emily finished speaking, she didn't give them a chance to explain. She threw my phone on the ground. It broke into pieces. The strange thing is that the moment the phone broke, The shackles in my heart seemed to be broken. Emily confided all the words I suppressed in my heart. It gave me a long release. Take a deep breath and suppress your frustration, I muttered. I haven't even had time to delete my messenger contacts yet. Couldn't stop them. She was stunned for a moment, and then she sighed after a long while. You are emotionally stable and have a good temper. You even have a sense of humor. However, that family forced you to attempt suicide twice. You are so pitiful, much more pitiful than me. Emily looked at me silently for a long time. Then I suddenly remembered something. What's this? I think there is a rule in the cemetery. Non-relatives and non-spouses, joint burial is not allowed. If you want to be buried with me, then there may be only one way. We're going to register our marriage tomorrow. Oh wait, tomorrow is the weekend. We have to wait until Monday to register. I suspect I heard it wrong again. But Emily turned around and pretended to look into the distance, as if nothing happened. Her slightly trembling hands betrayed her. Of course, if you mind. Never mind. I quickly shook my head. I don't mind. It's a good idea. I never thought I'd marry someone before I died. When we lived together underground, it's perfectly legal. She turned away. Miraculously, she had a beautiful smile on her face again. Very good. Then you can't commit suicide tonight. Well, I won't commit suicide for now. Where are we going next? Of course not back to Oliver Thompson's home. Going home with Emily, she said. Because we are getting married, my home is your home. When the car entered the gated villa community, I realized Emily's sister left her a considerable legacy. Her villa is much better than the Thompsons' villa. After Emily showed me around, it was late. Talking about sleeping arrangements, she gave me the master bedroom. She spoke very naturally, without a trace of hypocrisy. You are the head of the household, not the guest. So we will share the master bedroom. Strangely enough, I accepted Emily's arrangement, surprisingly calm. That night we slept in the same bed. Of course nothing happened. Even stranger, I usually have trouble sleeping in an unfamiliar bed. I've been suffering from insomnia recently. I slept very well that night. I didn't go out on the weekend. I just had to wait until Monday to get my marriage license. Emily, but, disappeared for a whole day, coming and going, busy about nothing. Before we got our driver's license, Sunday night, a special guest arrived, Dr. Alex Green, a young figure in the field of thoracic oncology in China. I had a thoracic surgery at the Municipal General Hospital. When Emily introduced him, I was stunned. She emphasized, "Dear, Dr. Green is my sister's friend. He heard you had lung cancer, so he wants to see you." Now that Emily said that, what else can I say? Out of politeness, I started chatting with Dr. Green. Dr. Green had clearly reviewed all the records before I came, and he knows my situation very well. As our conversation drew to a close, he told me, "Ethan, you are in great danger, but there is still a chance. Surgery plus targeted therapy. Use the best medicine. I will do the surgery myself. You might have a 30% chance of survival." I was silent after seeing Dr. Green off. I looked at Emily seriously and asked her directly, "Do you want me to live?" She openly admitted this. Because I suddenly realized that if you can survive, given your character, then my sister, maybe someone will come to visit the grave each year. Someone will remember us. Feeling good, I asked, "So you don't want to be buried with me anymore?" She retorted in surprise, "No, I know. When you die, you can be buried with me. Anyway, we're getting married tomorrow. I will be your wife." She really played well. I suddenly understood. You've always had this idea. That's why you keep stopping me from dying. She decided to be completely honest. When I choose a cemetery, I'm ready to commit suicide. But I don't know why. From the moment I heard the call, "You will commit suicide," I desperately want to save you. Maybe it's because I understand the despair and the pain when a person wants to commit suicide. She emphasized, "I really wanted to die, but I don't want you to die. So please live for me. Then I can die without regrets." I sighed. Didn't you hear what Dr. Green said? I have a 30% chance of survival at best. I didn't mention the minimum chance. She said stubbornly, "Minimum is 0, but at least 30%. My eyes moved from her to the dark night sky. I suddenly fell silent. Actually, Emily doesn't know me. Suddenly, I really don't want her to commit suicide. Because of her pain, I completely understand. Monday morning, Emily and I were heading to the county clerk's office. When she mentioned that we needed IDs and official documents to register your marriage, I suddenly remembered that I had already put my Ethan. Then there is nothing we can do today. To register your marriage, you need at least a temporary ID card. We went to apply for a temporary ID card today. It may take 4 to 5 days to process. We can register. So, you can't die in the next few days. I found that when she said this, her expression seemed a little. Emily was overjoyed and took me to apply for a temporary ID card. My emotions are complicated. I was ready to commit suicide. That's why I burned everything I had. But I didn't expect that I had another idea. Temporary? Oh, and a temporary home. Maybe a wife. This may not be temporary. I glanced cautiously at Emily. Sleeping together in life, buried together. We sleep in the same bed, under the same blanket, and will be buried in the same cemetery. So my relationship with Emily, it's definitely not temporary. She is my wife. After applying for a temporary ID card, Emily suggested again, Dr. Green's hospital is not far away. He has a clinic today. Why don't we go see him? Meet her hopeful gaze. After a long silence, I finally nodded. Yeah, Emily cheered. This is the first time I see her so happy. When she is happy, she looks more beautiful. It made me stare at it stupidly. But I never thought of it. The hospital where Dr. Green works is the same as Grace's. While Dr. Green and I were talking, Grace rushed over after hearing the news. With her came the entire Thompson family. Ethan, Mom looked very haggard. She started crying. These days, Mom has been looking for you like crazy. Our whole family has. Your sister Bella, even coming back from out of state. She is searching near Grandview Hills Cemetery. Now, I can't believe you're still alive. This is awesome. I frowned. Don't want to talk. I just looked at their father coldly. He had lost the former dominance. It's like I've aged decades in an instant. Grace, my third sister, her eyes are red, as if she had just cried. Charlotte, my big sister, with pleading eyes, he appeared extremely humble. There is nothing better than the CEO of a family business. And my fourth sister Mia, looking frustrated, don't dare to look at me. Oliver looks guilty. I understood it when I was alive. They don't care about me at all. All distances, indifference, and superficial politeness. Now they confirm that I have lung cancer. He attempted suicide twice. They began to feel remorse. I want to laugh at them mercilessly. But suddenly I found it hard to breathe. I started coughing violently. When I unfolded the tissue, blood was shocking. Ethan, Mom yelled. Tears streamed down her face. She wanted to stand up for me. I rejected her. No, we're not suitable. Mom's expression collapsed instantly. She covered her chest, crying. Emily gently held me and helped me catch my breath. She said seriously that we must accept Dr. Green's advice and have surgery as soon as possible. Grace stepped forward and wanted to help me too. Ms. Evans, thank you for taking care of him before. This is our brother. I am a doctor. We'd better take care of him now. I rejected Grace. Compared with before, she looks fake now. I don't need your Thompson's care. You should take good care of Oliver. Grace's body trembled and she stammered. Ethan talks about his time in the hospital. Sorry, I was just angry, but I never meant to hurt you. Her words and actions are hilarious. The one that caused me the most damage, then repent. I shook my head firmly. Thompson's, I'm sorry. But I'm no longer a Thompson. I attempted suicide twice. Even if I don't succeed, you can think I'm dead. Remember Mr. Thompson also said he would pretend that I never had a son. So, isn't this what you want? I also burned my ID card and all official documents. When applying for a temporary ID card today, I've officially changed my name from now on. I'm not Ethan Thompson anymore. I turned and looked at Emily tenderly. Emily is my wife. She is the only one who can take care of me. Emily was shocked, looking at me in disbelief. My tone has become gentler since then. I only have one Emily's husband. I saw the corner of Emily's mouth bend upward suddenly. Grace's eyes were red again, overflowing like a dam burst, tears streaming down my face. She just kept repeating one sentence. Sorry, Ethan, we were wrong. Dad's face was full of regret. I want to speak up, but I don't want to hear it anymore. He was the first person to break off relations with me, so I definitely don't want him anymore. The relationship between people is fair, regardless of blood relationship. Look back, I solemnly said to Dr. Green. Dr. Alex Green, from now on I'll leave everything to you. After getting Dr. Green's approval, with the support of Emily, I avoided the Thompsons and left. We arrived at the hospital parking lot. I suddenly spoke. Emily, I agree to the surgery, but on one condition. Tell me. I looked at her seriously and said, word by word. If I had the surgery, you couldn't commit suicide. You have to survive too. At that moment, Emily's eyes sparkled, as bright as the stars in the night sky, radiating the light of life. She barely hesitated. You have to survive. Only in this way can I have the motivation to live. If you die, I'll still bury you right away. I smiled and said, I will try my best. I will fight to survive. She actually said exactly what I was thinking. Before surgery, we must get a marriage license first, she emphasized. No problem. Even though we haven't gotten a license yet, from this moment on, you are already my wife. Before, I desperately wanted to die, but now I have a strong desire to live. People who never believed in fate before now believe in it. Emily is my destined wife. Otherwise, how could I choose the exact same cemetery? This is destiny for her. After Emily and I got our marriage certificate, I was taken to the hospital. Emily was with me all day, accompanying me to take various tests, giving me various medicines every day. I also urged her to take medicine for her depression. This disease is not difficult to treat. At least the medication can control her emotions. She had lost someone close to her before and completely lost hope in life. Now she is no longer the cool lone girl. She always has a smile on her face every day. 2 days before the actual surgery, when Emily went out to buy me lunch, I saw a group of people I don't want to see again. Charlotte, my big sister, arrived at the door of my ward. She looked at me pleadingly. Ethan, we're here to see you. Can you forgive your sister? Please forgive Mom and Dad. Your third sister, Grace, she'll take better care of you. I interrupted her with a smile. My lung cancer didn't just appear yesterday or the day before. I have been coughing up blood for a long time, feeling unwell. Why Grace never noticed anything before. In turn, Oliver just had a cold and coughed a few times. She manipulates relationships in the hospital, find the best doctor for him. Grace's face turned pale. She was speechless due to guilt. 2. I've been talking for so long that I can't breathe. I started coughing again. Charlotte took a few quick steps forward, wanting to take care of me. Ethan, I suddenly pushed her away, completely lost. You all should get out. If you love me so much now, where have you been before? For the so-called family affection, for many years I humbled myself at the Thompsons. The words I have suppressed for so long finally poured out in this explosion. 10 years ago, I returned to the Thompsons. A full 10 years. I've always wanted you to accept me and love me. But what did I get in return? Yes, I was used as a begging tool by a group of people. I lived on the streets for 7 years. I never studied well since I was a child. I have no manners. I'm not as obedient and sensible as Oliver looks. But is that my fault? Who lost me when I was 3? I was only 10 years old when I came back. I am still young. If you have patience, teach me correctly. Can I learn? Do I really need to beg for your love? Rather than being allowed to grow, become a child you can accept, you don't want to give me a chance. Don't want to teach me well. So I will always be an outsider, because that's the way it is. Because I can't fit in. Why are you forcing it out now? You all go out. I want to be strong. I don't want to cry. But in the end, tears streamed down my face. Everyone was silent. Charlotte suddenly knelt in front of me. Ethan, your sister is wrong. Mom and Dad also knelt down, and Bella followed suit. Grace and Mia, we were all wrong, Ethan. My son is home, bro. Please give us another chance. Can you even get Oliver down on his knees, crying? Bro, I'm sorry. I'm just afraid of when you come back. You will take everything from me. That's why I do it. I'm sorry. I never meant to force you to commit suicide. To be honest, I don't hate Oliver that much. Even though he was cunning and framed me many times. But seeing me back from his perspective, feeling threatened, and wanting to use all kinds of tricks, competition for favor, I can understand. I hate my family. That's them. Seeing through Oliver's various little plots, but still shamelessly favoring him. This is their bias. This exacerbated Oliver's arrogance. That is the root of all evil. I certainly don't want to deal with Oliver either. I certainly don't want to deal with his family. I pressed the nurse call button. The head nurse came to escort them out. I've said everything I need to say. I don't want to interact with them anymore. From now on, we will go our separate ways. They go their way, I go mine. Whether I live or die, it has nothing to do with them. Dr. Green performed the surgery on me. This is the best team, using the best plan and most expensive drugs. My wife doesn't need money. She just wanted to save me. The day before surgery, Emily brought a middle-aged man to see me. I didn't know until then, he is Emily's biological father and my father-in-law. Mr. Evans's other identity, one of the richest men in the city. After he and Emily's mother divorced due to personality incompatibility, he remarried and later became rich, and has been looking for his ex-wife and 2 daughters. In fact, he has found Emily's sister and has been secretly supporting her career as her top patron. Her sister has reconnected with him. But unfortunately, just as she was about to tell Emily, she was in a car accident. When Mr. Evans saw me, he held my hand tightly. Thank you, Ethan. If it wasn't for saving you, she wouldn't have come to me. I won't stand a chance. Repairing our relationship. So the 2 days of the weekend, Emily has been seeking help from her biological father. For me, this is the top Dr. Alex Green, and his team was contacted by her father himself. Mr. Evans also begged me, Ethan, you have to survive, because Emily said if you live, she'll live too. I corrected him with a smile. Sir, my name is not Ethan. My name is also Victor Shane. I will try my best to survive. To Emily, and my new life. I want to be with Emily forever. Share life, share resting place. Emily, standing next to me and smiling. She covered her mouth with a smile and began to cry. They shed tears of joy. I know I will succeed. I will definitely create a miracle, because now I am filled with the desire to live, full of the strength to start over. When I was taken off the operating table, I woke up groggy from anesthesia. Like that time I woke up in the emergency room. The first thing I saw was Emily's smiling face. Honey, you woke up. Yes, I'm awake.